are back. Thank you so very much for staying with us. And in case you're just joining us, welcome to Kenya's Gold. Leo tuko na kikao baraza ya key players in the maize value chain, and we are evaluating our performance in this season, looking at the challenges therein, and also tumefundishwa tayari that the next billionaires in maize waanze kupanda his sweet corn, and those are the words from Mr. Robert Osanya. Now we do want to continue with our conversation, but before that, mnajua hapa tunakuanga na kitu tunaita farm joke, which you will be giving me the answer at the end of the program. So the question that we are asking you today on the show is, what kind of keys can you eat? Okay? Unaweza kula funguo gani? Sawa, you will be giving me an answer at the end of the show. But for now, we do want to continue with our conversation. Kuna zile mistakes ambazo a farmer can make in the farm, ama two different challenges that are beyond their control that will make a buyer like Mr. Patrick there ama Mr. Robert akatae kuchukua mahindi yake, and one of those challenges include this. And I want you, Mr. Kimani Wakamao, what would lead to a farmer getting this from their produce?
Asante. Sana sana ukiona mahindi inaoza hapo juu, kuna maji imeingia. Na hivyo ni kusema kwamba ile variety mkulima alipanda ni ya kufunguka kichwa pale juu. Kuna variety ambazo zinafunga vizuri, inafunga kama zip. Lakini kuna zile variety kwanza hizi early maturity zinafunguanga, zikishakomaa zinafunguka. Tena unapata hiyo mahindi haina tabia ya kuinama ikikomaa. Mahindi inafaa physiological maturity ikishafika, hiyo mahindi inainama chini hivi. So ikiinama, hata mvua ikigonga inakuja kama imetiririka. So as Jim had said that the researchers are doing so much to make sure that in that small time mahindi imeanza kuinama. So they are going for the weight, mahindi kuwe na weight kubwa, ndio ikishazaa inaanza kuinama mara moja, ndio mvua ikigonga na isifungue. Iname na isifungue. La pili ambalo linafanya hiyo mahindi kuwe hivyo hapo juu ni ile mkulima pengine hali ya anga imebadilika. Wakati tunahitaji jua, unapata mvua imenyesha. Sasa hiyo pia inapata mkulima off guard. Hizo ni mambo mbili ambazo zinafanya hiyo mahindi kuwe na hiyo rangi. Na ikishaoza hivyo hata uwezi pea ng'ombe. Daktari hapa amesema ikisha turn rangi mambo imekuwa baya.
Alright, Sylvia, ikifanyika hivi alafu Roba akatae kuchukua this produce, mimi niamue nitakata hapa juu mahali imeoza hapa, pengine nichemshe nikule, what are the risks of doing that? Ama hii kabisa sasa ni kutupa hata tusipatie wanyama?
Ideally, you should not give it to animals, or rather you should not consume it. But you see, this toxin is colorless, it's odorless, you can't see it. And then the fact that as Kenyans we consume maize a lot. Asubuhi unakunywa uji, lunchtime githeri, jioni unakula ugali. So these small doses of aflatoxin increase your exposure over time. So once your exposure is high, liver cancer, you're at risk of liver cancer. Children are at risk of stunting. Watoto hawakui vizuri, hawarefuki. Your immunity is also affected. You're immunosuppressed. So basically those are some of the main issues, and in extreme cases it might lead to death. Yes.
Kwa hivyo hii tusikule.
Ufai kule na pia ufai upe wanyama juu once you give it to, let's say, a cow, whatever the cow consumes you'll also consume in milk. So you'll be exposed to the aflatoxin in milk. So, and the chain continues. Yes.
So before I come to Mr. Jim aniongeleshe kuhusu the other challenge we have there, Mr. Isaac, you being our young farmer, pengine utuambie what challenge out of these ones that you have seen here has been prevalent in your farm, umeona shida gani? And also Mr. Odero, being a farmer, utuambie we ni shida gani umeona kama hii?
To start with, the rotting of maize is a common issue. Today I have come to realize what causes the rotting of maize in the tip. So, and also the maize becoming smaller in size. Yeah.
That's a bigger challenge that you have faced in your farm. Mr. Odero, wewe besides huyu amesema amepatana na rotting na mahindi inakuwa kadogo, challenge ambayo umepitia as a maize farmer ni gani?
The biggest challenge that I've gone through and that I've seen a lot of farmers go through is actually the bird damage. There's birds that follow you from when you sow the seed. You sow the seed, unaweka mahindi chini, inakuja after you removing them line by line, and it knows. And then from there, once it has cobbed, there's birds that know how to unsheath the ears. They know how to do it, and they do it when it's at the milky stage.
Right.
Now, like that one, you see the perfect one. Yes, and then there's also birds that wait till it's dry, so they take you all the way.
Right.
Different species of birds.
Right.
So I've seen a lot of bird damage at the farm.
Right. So let's have a look at an example of maize ambayo imekulwa na birds. Is this it? I'd want for you to tell us if this is what you've seen in your farm.
Yes. Yes, exactly like that.
So this is bird damage.
Yes.
Is there anything that you're doing as a mitigation measure now that you know this is the problem that you're facing in your farm?
I think for prevention purposes, always better than cure. You'd rather go for a variety that is bird resistant, so
Right.
the ears tighten up once it is mature.
Right.
So it's very hard for the birds to unsheath.
Right.
There's one variety that I did that he actually took from me that didn't have any damage like that, he can confirm.
Right.
Yes.
Do scarecrows still work?
They're very intelligent. They
don't work anymore. So huwezi weka kakitu hapo na ukabadilisha kanguo karen. They don't scare them anymore.
Yes.
All right. So Mr. Jim, there's something else here. Hii tumeona ni shida ya birds, hii ni kuoza, which Mr. Kimani has explained the challenge. Hii imekataa kukua kubwa, it's a small size. Patrick, do you take this? Ukipata ka size kamekuwa hivi na hii ndo mkulima ako nayo, jamani, amejikaza, ni variety alipewa yenye si mzuri. Sasa surely nitafanya nini na hii ukiniachia yote? Will you take this?
Hiyo size kidogo bado tunachukuaga, lakini ni prices iko chini kabisa.
Right.
Lower price.
Lower price.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo hapo mkulima hakuna profit
hapa hakuna profit
atapata.
hapa hakuna kitu atapata.
Good. As a buyer, given that you have been in this sector for a while now, ukiangalia production this year, do we have volumes? Do we have good quality? Kwa sababu pia unaweza kuwa na volumes na ukiangalia what you have is not good quality. How can you compare it in terms of quality and quantity?
Sai mahidi ni kidogo sana.
Right.
Sijui kwa nini lakini last year mahidi ilikuwa mingi kiasi,
right.
Lakini this time sijui kama ni mvua. Sasa imekuwa mahidi imekuwa na size kidogo, bado sio mingi.
Mahindi ni kidogo, imepungua. All right.
Yes.
So Mr. Jim, coming next to you, hapa kuna shida ingine. Tunaona hii ni kama mastingo ni deadly. What is happening here? Why is my maize not filling? Why are there gaps all over?
Okay. Yeah, so I'll go a little bit scientific.
Okay.
The way the maize morphology is, male and female flower parts are on different parts of the So during tasseling, when we have that top part, when we have the pollen grains forming, down below here we need to have something called silking, and we need to have a sink between the two, right? So if all the pollen is blown away and only a few of them land on this, because the cob is the fruit and the maize grains are the seeds, you find that now we have a lot of gaps.
Right.
And what causes this is when we don't have enough rains.
Right.
Rain, water is critical for grain filling. And also if we have farms that are very weedy, such that much of the nitrogen was taken away by the weeds.
Right.
So we need lots of nitrogen. And when farmers do not know how to follow that sequence, after planting, you remember we talked about first top dressing and then the second top dressing.
Right.
Why we do that is so that we can have accumulation of enough nitrogen to cater for that one.
Okay.
So now the farmer ends up with a cob and a dot, and that is wastage, because the cob may look nice, but the economical part of it is the grain, which you are going to shell.
Right.
So you find it having a lot of mini species.
Right.
Yes.
Lakini Sylvia, nikikula hakuna shida?
No, it's okay.
Hii ina shida.
It's okay.
Nikule tu mamwanya zangu polepole kwa sababu Patrick haezi zichukua, Roba haezi chukua.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Roba, does it get to a point where kama sahi Patrick anatuambia ni kama production imeshuka chini kidogo, does it get to a point where mnatafuta mahindi and it's not enough? Is the production sometimes not good enough for you to supply to the different consumers that we have across the country?
Yes, indeed. There's a time, especially during dry season, from mid-December to March, during dry season, we normally struggle to get maize, the green maize. So I will urge the farmers to go to do what we call irrigation.
Right.
Let us embrace irrigation. Let the government lower the cost of pumping machines, the fuel, all those things that encompasses the irrigations. So that all we need to have a continuous surplus of maize,
Right.
because it's a staple food of Kenya.
Right.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo yule mtu ambaye atakuletea mahindi January to March atakafunga vizuri.
Indeed, yeah. Kama amejipanga mzuri, the market is there, atakula mzuri.
Kwa hivyo wasai tunakutana si wote kwa market kwa sababu tulipanda na mvua ya March. Is that a challenge? Kwa sababu sasa kila mtu ni kama ako na mahindi mahali. Right. Can I choose to keep them? Ni store. Ni ngoje Januari ndio Patrick akikuja pale hana mahindi achukue kutoka kwangu. Patrick, does that work for you? Nikiamua ile mahindi ambayo nimevuna sahi mimi nisiipeleke kwa soko kwa sababu kila mtu ako na mahindi. Wacha basi ni store tu vizuri, tushapatiwa tips hapa na Sylvia, ninunue hiyo bag mzuri yenye aflatoxin na itaingia alafu January nikuletee. Will that work?
Haitawezekana.
Kwa nini?
Kwa sababu hiyo mahindi huwezi ukaiweka kwa muda mrefu. Mahindi ukiweka tu kidogo, kwanza hiyo lagi ya juu inatoka. Na tunauza kwa sababu ya hiyo kara iko na green. Hiyo ndio maana mahindi inapelekwa kwa soko.
Right.
Sasa ukiweka tu hiyo kara kwanza inatoka, alafu taste inatupa taste.
So the longest I can store mahindi ile na ngoja ka market ka hivi vizuri nikafunge. How long can I keep it?
Inalingana sasa ina take how long kumachua.
Right.
Kwa sababu kama inatumia miezi 3, ukipitisha miezi 3 imekauka, hiyo ni uga. Hiyo huwezi sasa ukasema ni mahindi green unauza.
Great. Kwa hivyo mtu asikae nayo.
Usikae nayo, ikikoma peana.
Right. Mr. Isaac, are you doing rain-fed irrigation or rain-fed agriculture or kuna irrigation?
What I did, I did irrigation in some part of my land. I divided it into two. One, I do the rain-fed irrigation. The other one, since the land is vast and the water is a little bit smaller, I divided it into two parts.
Right.
So one, I'm producing it with the irrigation water. Right. And the other one I produce it with the rain-fed.
Hapo mahali uko na mahindi, the 2 acres that has maize, ni rain-fed ama iko na irrigation?
It's that's the whole parcel. So I've divided it into two.
Okay. Ukicompare production ya pale kuna irrigation na pale ambapo kuna tegemea rain-fed, kuna tofauti?
Kuna tofauti kubwa sana.
Hebu explain your tofauti haraka before tuende breaking in.
At first, even as the market prices, as you compare the rain-fed versus the irrigated maize, the irrigated maize itapata the market prices zikiwa high. So that is how I played with the algorithms. So the irrigated maize, I usually sell it at a higher prices. That's how I keep myself in business. So
at a higher price ni how much? Let's understand this thing. Usituambie higher price hapa, tunataka hiyo high price. Sure. So what you're selling with what you've grown under irrigation, what you're trying to say is healthier.
Yeah.
It grows faster, right?
Yeah.
So ukiuza pale kwa soko bei ni gani na utupatie comparison na wakati unauza hii ambayo unategemea mvua?
On a normal season, the time the farmer is depending on the rain-fed type of farming, the market prices will range from as little even as 25 per kg.
25 shillings per kg.
25 shillings per kg to 30 shillings.
Right.
But for the irrigation one, you can get up to 30 to even 40 shillings per kg. 30 to 40 shilling nyingine inashuka to 20 shillings. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Great. Wangapi hapo wamebenefit na subsidy fertilizer? Tuone wakulima wa subsidy. 1, 2. Okay, ni kama Isaac. Oh, umepata? Yeah. All right. So we are taking another break now. When we come back, we will discuss the interventions that the government has put in place to support maize farmers. Tuone zimewasaidia hadi wapi and what more can be done. And Sylvia, utatuambia what more the government can do kwa sababu wakulima ni kama wajui maneno ya aflatoxin and it's here killing us slowly. So what are those interventions that we can add on top of the subsidy fertilizer intervention. That and more when we come back from this short commercial break.